Welcome to class, everybody. I'm glad that you're here, and I just wanted to mention a little bit of what I was feeling yesterday. So it just seems like every single day presents kind of a new challenge, and I don't know if you guys have your date when you're coming back yet, but it is challenging, and it seems like things are changing every day. Some of you might live in the LA area and you're still really on a severe lockdown, and different parts of the country have a different situation. But I don't know about you, but for me, this has been really long and really challenging. And I deal with a lot of women. Typically I teach 28 classes a week, and quite a few of these are Pilates Reformer classes where I have 3 to 6 women in each one of them. And it seems like every single woman has a different attitude about COVID and a different personality and a different fear level. And so I'm guessing with a team of, I think, around 110 guys, it would be very similar. But I just want you to think about the holiday, Memorial Day, that was yesterday, and all of the heroes that we were celebrating that have gone before. And as I was feeling kind of frustrated yesterday, I was thinking about all of these heroes. And so I woke up this morning and I thought, pull yourself together, Jenny. Let's get this together. Let's go again. Let's not be frustrated. Let's give it your all. And so if you're feeling a little frustrated and not sure about the football season in the fall and when you get to come back and start training for that, just kind of pull your bootstraps up today and let's have a really good practice, a really strong practice, and keep moving towards that goal. My daughter Isabel is supposed to be going to Vanuatu in the fall. It's an island in the South Pacific close to Fiji, New Zealand, and Australia, and she's not sure. They think she'll be able to go, but she's been planning this for years. So we just kind of take it day to day, and for someone like me that's a real planner, that's very difficult. But when I practice yoga, there's no planning. It is just pure stretch, meditation, a disconnect from everything that's going on around me. So I want you to be doing this just for your body. I also want you to be doing this for your spirit and your mind. This 30-minute break is imperative, in my opinion. So please give it your all. Today we're going to start in child's pose, and I want you to breathe directly into your low back. So coming back, take your knees as wide as the mat with your arms outstretched. Sit bones down. If that compresses your knee too much, you'll be doing it like this. But sitting back, wrap the breath all the way into your kidneys, the low back area. And now we'll come up onto all fours. Remember to have your hands pretty much as wide as your mat, with the baby finger pressing onto the mat, every single knuckle down, every fingertip down. And then I want you to look up and really stretch your chest muscles and tilt your sit bones down and stretch your back. And coming forward, we get into the mid-back, the thoracic spine. I know that when I talk to you, a lot of you suffer from low back pain, but an equal amount of you suffer from tightness in the middle of your back. So you're always asking me, what can I do for the mid-back, the thoracic spine? Cat and cow, when you come right here, really separates the shoulder blades, and when you come forward, you're pulling your arms towards you. They soften a little. So this is one of the very best stretches you can do for mid-back, thoracic spine. And now we come right in between those two poses. Tuck your toes and come to down dog, and we will pedal our feet. So bend the left knee, let the right heel drop, and switch sides, dropping down to the heel, and drop the right heel, and drop the left heel, and back and forth we go, right? Big, big breath, dropping through the heel bone. We're going to take one more cycle, so one more on the right, and one more on the left. Perfect. Lift onto your toes and take 2 giant steps forward. So engage your core now from this point on. Flat back, either 12 inches forward with the fingertips, lining up with the toes, or up a little bit further. But please remember not to dangle the arms like this. They have to anchor, and you're lifting out forward, and the belly is coming up in next to the spine. And that protects your low back from overworking or overstretching. All right, exhale, fold. Reaching the arms, we come all the way up. Stretch up and exhale, hands down, and we'll go through a couple warm-ups, sun salutations. Make sure you turn music on if you'd like, it's more enjoyable. Look up, flat back, high push-up. Not letting the thighs or the hips sag, we lower right to the floor. Walk the hands back, curl into cobra, and tuck the toes, and down dog. The feet are straight, the heels are down. Lift on your toes, take 2 giant steps, and inhale, flat back, exhale, fold, reaching wide, we come all the way up to standing, and exhale, hands down. And here we go, one more in this series, big breath, exhale, fold, just gets the body moving. Remember to breathe rhythmically, high push-up, you exhale as you lower, walk the hands behind the shoulders, and curl. We're gonna hold this. So bending the elbows significantly, the feet are straight and pointed, your pelvis is down, so you're not up very far, it's a lot of work. And then tuck the toes, and down dog. Lift your right leg to the sky, bend your right knee, and pull back, look under your arm. And as you do this, do not collapse the left shoulder. One more breath here. Elevate the leg up and step forward. Turn the back foot out. We come into warrior one. All the way up. The arms stretch overhead. They could be together if that's a better stretch. They can be very wide. A few of you will put your hands behind your head and press your head back. Make sure that the left foot is firmly planted into the floor. Now come to warrior two, bring your ribs in. If you're hyperextending the low back, remember not to do that. Palms are up, thumbs are turning down. There's a lot of pressure on both heel bones. The front and the back heel bone get equal play. And come forward, coming all the way back. Look up at your fingertips. Relax the left shoulder away from your ear. The right arm is completely straight, so from fingertips to the insertion of the shoulder. Perfect. Hands down, stepping back. Exhale. Walk the hands back. Curl in, shoulders relax. There it is. 2 more breaths. Important to get the shoulders behind you. So some of us really have to bend there. And down dog. Lifting the left leg. Bend the left knee. Pull it back until you feel the intercostal muscles in between your ribs stretch. We'll take one more breath here. Take the left leg up, step forward, turn your back foot out, and we come all the way up. Nice overhead stretch, arms are back. So if one of your intentions or goals today is to be strong and to be mentally strong, as you breathe in and out, keep your breath really close to every pose you do. So as we come here, this is a big exhale. The knee is right above the ankle, but with every inhale and exhale, I might deepen the pose so I get a little bit more into my groins. My hips start to open. But the breathing literally makes you more flexible. Lean forward, palm up, come all the way back. Straighten up the elbow. Even if the arm comes less far back. It's not about distance behind you, it's about a length in the stretch in the arm bone. Hands to the floor and downward facing dog. One more breath. Lift onto your toes, walk forward. And inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Bring your feet apart. Grab your sweat towel if you have it near you. Place it in between your hands behind your back. The palms should face each other. And then as you lean forward, we're stretching the shoulders. I need you to come to the fronts of your feet. Circle the inner thighs back. Now inhale, pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale, bring the hands towards the back of the head. And inhale, shoulder blades together. Hands to the back of the head. And we keep moving into our legs. Now what if your knees are bent? No problem. As long as your hamstrings are stretching, that's a pure stretch. And now lift the chin. If your knees have to bend, bend them. But really solid core, and we come all the way back up. Awesome job. I'm going to turn my mat. And we will take a wide straddle position now. Your toes are turned in, your heels are turned out. Take the arms wide, hands on hips. Loop the shoulders, look up. And when we come down, the weight is on the inside edges of your feet and in the fronts of the feet. Shoulders lift away from the floor, and we lean forward. The belly is tall. And now go ahead and take your right hand to your left foot, and we open up that left arm. Remember, always this magic rule. If this is too much stretch for your shoulder, hand on the hip, and then you loop the shoulder blade behind your back, always. And some of you might bring your face into the thighs, and some of you might be all the way up here. You can have a block or a stack of books there. And now we switch sides, bring the left hand over to the right leg, or the right foot, and we open, spread your fingers, open up the arm, and lean to the fronts of your feet. And we come right down to the middle, grab your big toes with 2 fingers and a thumb, and we pull the shoulders away from the floor. Lean forward, tuck your chin. Perfect. And now I want you to just come down to your knee and we'll progress to frog. It's a much deeper groin stretch and hip flexor stretch. So we go wide, the feet are flexed towards your kneecaps. You're not sitting forward, you're sitting back. So the knee is in line with the hip here, right? Make sure your feet are correct and then come forward. If this is your forward, stay here. You might be on your forearms. There's quite a few of you though that can get the chest to the floor and the forehead to the floor. And walk back in, bring the big toes together and sit back towards your heels. It's a counter pose. I'm pushing the floor away from me and I'm pressing my hips onto my heel bones. Big deep breathing. Take one more full breath. There we go. Nice, coming all the way in. Perfect. And then I want you to press the floor and take a nice deep forward bend. And this time extend your arms, lift your chin, and we rise all the way up. Hands are down. Widen your feet again. Turn the right foot forward though for triangle pose. The left foot is parallel. Remember that your pelvis is neutral. So neutralize everything, squeeze the quads strong, and we come over the right leg. If this is your stop point, great. Bring your left hip towards me so your chest can come back. The last thing I want is you bowing forward like this. Then your thoracic spine is collapsed. I need you to press your ears back and your head back. And that means you're going to have to turn left hip in towards the screen just a hair. Hand can be on the hip if that's an overstretch. But if you're working the stretch, drop your shoulder blade towards your spine. Nice. See how my arms are lined up? If your hand is on the floor, you're on your fingertips, and your arms are lined. And now we're going to rise up, turn your left foot straight, and your right foot parallel to the back of your mat. Lengthen from the top of the hip to the rib, and we move over into the hamstring stretch. Leaning back, opening up. One more breath here. And come up. And really, in my opinion, one of the hardest poses in yoga, we are going to do revolve triangle. So the right foot is straight, the left foot is just barely turned out. Lift your left arm and come straight forward like you're trying to touch the wall in front of you. And maybe you only get to this point and then you turn. My hand is going to go to the floor. It can be inside or outside. Shore up the belly, and we twist. The right arm is lifted, or a hand would be on the hip. One more breath. And both hands come down, and we circle. And now the left foot is straight, and the right foot is turned out about 20 degrees, lifting the right arm, stretch straight forward, bringing the left hip back into alignment. We twist towards our body. Ears back, hips are neutral. And now the hands come down, and go ahead and stand up, facing the screen. Stand on your left foot, grab your right foot and bring it into tree pose. If that is a little too much compression for your knee, your foot could be a little bit lower, but we're going to bring it all the way up. Good, hands to the heart, and elevate the arms, elevate your eyes. Send your sit bones and tailbone to the floor. Wonderful. And hands come to the heart. The foot will come to the floor. Now, what if you're struggling to balance there? And that's common for most of us. There's a technique that dancers use called spotting. I need you to look above your screen, unless you have your screen really high, and you might, especially if you're watching like on a big smart TV. But find something above the screen and focus your eyes on that one point and spot that point. And then the other thing in yoga is that we're using this huge breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose, and that is your other focal point. Raise up a little bit higher, take your sit bones down, one more breath, and hands to the heart, foot to the floor, and we move into the big hips. So cross your right ankle, flex the foot, drop your right knee down and come down. Now, if you want an incredible shoulder stretch here and you want a little work in your left leg, extend your arms forward. Squeeze the biceps towards your ears. And slowly come up, kicking the leg forward, and switch sides. Cross the ankle, turn the knee down, flex the foot, shoulders back. Arms could be behind you. That would be a different type of a shoulder stretch, a posterior shoulder stretch. My shoulder blades are touching. You could put the sweat towel in between your hands here and it would be an incredible stretch. Now 2 more breaths as you rotate the left knee towards the floor. And slowly coming back up and kick the leg out. Fantastic. Great, I'm going to turn my mat forward once again. So if you're turning with me, if that makes more sense to you, go ahead and turn it back. Wonderful. And inhale the arms up and exhale, fold. Take a breath in, high push up. And then coming into up dog or cobra and down dog. Lunge the right leg forward. Put the left knee down. If you need to pad the knee, grab a cushion or flip your mat over. Bring the arms up behind the head now and press the knee forward. So in this pose, from the side view, can you see how far my knee is forward? That's the pose. The knee is all the way in front of the ankle, unless there is pain there, right? And then we would back that off a little bit. Wonderful, and come up and flex your feet and take a forward bend. Shoulders are back away from the ears. Flex your front foot. Perfect, step to down dog. Giant step forward with the left foot. Put your right knee on the mat. Bring your arms behind your head again and press the knee forward. Low, low lunge. With every exhale, we take the pelvis towards the floor. And one more breath. Coming up, straighten the left leg. Flip the toes towards you and take a forward bend. Always, always, if you're in doubt, the trapezius move away from your ears. And come forward, down dog. Bring the right leg forward. Perfect. Walk the foot out and bring your forearms to the floor. So some of you might have to have your foot all the way out there, but please don't rotate the foot. The foot is straight, the forearms might come to the floor, knee is above the ankle. You can choose, I'd like your back toes tucked under, but you can choose whether or not your knee is down or up. I actually like my knee up, I get a better stretch, but I think a lot of you keep it down. Step to down dog. Bring the left foot forward. Widen out and take the forearms to the floor. One more breath. Wonderful, and down dog. Well done, everybody. Right leg forward again, and we add a big twist for our trunk. So the left arm comes up, and we bring it across the body. Hands come together, and slowly, with every exhale, bring the hands to the center of your chest. But keep pulling your head back so your whole spine is aligned. One more breath. Nice. And come back to center. Lift your right toes from the floor. So the whole foot is flat, the toes are up, and we lean the knee to the right. So it's like a small version of pigeon pose, which you know. But pigeon pose can be very hard on bad. And the left foot is forward. Good, nice. Bring the right elbow or the right arm up, take the elbow across, and we twist around. Lift your toes and slide the knee out, coming all the way down onto your forearms. One more breath. Coming back up, step to down dog. And bring your knees down. Nice. Both legs extend forward. Now take them only as wide as your mat. Inhale the arms up and come forward. Nice, lifting up. Roll onto your back. Again, crossing the right ankle over the left knee, we pull in and press the knee away. Switch sides. Nice, extending both legs out now. Bring the right foot in, lift up and roll over. The left hand goes to the outside of the shin and we look over the shoulder, palms up. Come back to center, take your knee to your nose, and switch. Walk the foot in, lift up and roll over, and open. Nice, coming back to the midline, grabbing both heels if you can. Some of you will be just doing this with one leg. Remember, it would look like this. And cross your ankles, give it a big hug, and move into about a 1-minute meditation. Palms are turning out, the eyes are closing. Just allow the floor to reach up and take your weight. As your mind starts to see thoughts come across it, I want you to notice those thoughts. And then even notice that you're noticing that and bring your attention back to your breath, how the floor is holding you up, the peacefulness of the moment. And now slowly bring your arms over your head, point your feet and stretch forward and back. Really nice long stretch. Walk your feet towards you and roll over onto your right shoulder, pushing yourselves up from the right. Take your seat and fold your hands in front of your heart. Your eyes are closed. So watching the breath come in and out. This is by Gerard Way. Heroes are ordinary people who make themselves extraordinary. So think about that, the difference between any of us really, is our fortitude and our strength. So as you kind of try to become the hero of your own story, you might look to others who are doing this exact same thing. Stay strong, keep working hard at home. Take one more breath, everybody, and we bow forward. Namaste. Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful week.